Open letter to my lady lover, Miss N. The first time we met was the summer 2017. It was not love at first sight with you, I must be honest. I was most likely overwhelmed by your beauty. You bring me sensory overload. With your chipped pavement and your uneven cobblestone and overpriced coffee shops and art stores. I was first with my parents when we met. I loved you before I knew you, I think. Additionally, I hadn't accepted that I liked girls when we met. And Miss N, you are the most woman to be alive. Maybe I was holding myself back. Maybe I was intimidated by you. Which is rare for me in all honesty. This was much more relevant the next time we met. It was the next summer. I was a year older and more mature and more self-assured. But when I first saw you again, I was afraid of your vastness and overwhelmed to be alone with you. I'd come with my mom and my cousin this time, and after only a handful of days, they left me alone with you. I cried the first night alone with you. The strength and sheer power of the feelings you made me feel was new and frightening because of it. But you, Miss N, you welcomed me. Gave me little kisses of sunshine on my cheeks and made my nose a rose. You accepted me. You said don't change. So I didn't. I didn't wear makeup when I was with you. I stopped shaving my legs, my armpits, my navel. I fell in love with you slowly, Miss N. You know this. I became addicted to your iced coffee. Remember those days when I had 2 cups? You introduced me to avocado and showed me what undercooked pizza tasted like and gave me flowers to look at on the corner market on my morning walk. You got me all addicted to coconut chocolate bark and Tate's chocolate chip cookies. You welcomed me to dance in your own handmade Arc de Triomphe. You told me to not be afraid, even in the slightest. So I danced. Even though I'm a terrible dancer, you know this. I listened to the song that sang the lyrics, Be My Girlfriend, to block the world out. I dreamed. Because as I danced under the blankets of your sunshine, I dreamed about being your girlfriend. Not too long after that, you gave life experience. I got sick, went to the ER, even got an EKG. But Miss N, I didn't feel afraid one bit. Because you were all around me. I walked your streets with my hood up. I struggled for breath and still needed to save some for you to steal away. And then I was swept away. Gone on a plane I went. I flew away. And Miss N, I'm sorry. I didn't want to go. It wasn't my choice. Things didn't feel right after that. I flew away, far from you, right into darkness. Miss N, you were my first heartbreak. I wasn't the same after that. I had awoken from a trance you put me in. You woke me up and put me to sleep at the same time as then. 6 months passed. I was nervous to see you again. You know this. I can't keep anything from you. When I saw you again, I couldn't even remember the last 6 months. I was home. I was with you. Time had passed since the summer before. It was spring this time around. We both aged. It was evident. Even though the market was still there, the place where you introduced me to Affogato was gone, and so was our art store. I was nervous and anxious to find out whether you'd recognize me or not. My hair was pink now, and I walked different and held myself differently. But you did. You welcomed me with a hug, and not a kiss, like I'd wished. That's okay though. To even be in your presence is heavenly surreal. And then our time was over once again. But before I could apologize for leaving, you kissed me. And you told me that it was okay to leave. Don't you remember how I cried? And you held me close and ran your fingers through my hair. And you whispered in my ear to not cry. And you said you'd be right where I'd leave you. You said you understood. You said you'd wait for me. You couldn't promise me that things would be exactly the same next time. No one can promise that, you said. But you let me go. And again I flew to right here where I sit. I'm writing this letter to you, Miss N, because I never told you I loved you, and I love you. And I realized this yesterday. I'm in love with you, Miss N. In a way, I'm not in love with anyone else. You are something else, Miss N. You are my energy. You embody something surreal that awakens something within me. Love, your dearest. Me.